Hello everyone, it's Sarah here from Happy Hands UK, back for another, and this is a part 2 to my swirl Makume Game tool tutorial. So this is all baked now, and it needs to be buffed, to be sanded and buffed to make it nice and shiny. Doing that will give it some depth, and this will all become 3D, or it'll appear to be 3D, and as you can see it's all very flat. So I'm going to do that with some wet and dry sandpaper. I use this stuff, it's on like a little pad, and it can be wet, so I always have a little squirty bottle. I generally go through just a couple of grits. I can't see what these grits are anymore because it's all come off, but from just looking at it I can tell this one's the finer grit and this is a little bit rougher, although they are both fine, because as you can see this one is a fine grit, so this one is probably ultra grit, ultra fine. So we'll start with this one, and as I did a pretty good job of getting it smooth in the first place before baking, I don't need to go really rough on the grit at all. It's just a matter of going through the motions. So what I'll do is I'll start sanding and I'll speed up the video because you really don't want to watch that, and I'll just put it on fast. So I'll meet you back when I've done both the grits. Okay, now on the back I obviously had a little bubble under there, a bit of air trapped. I'm going to try and get rid of this as much as I possibly can. If I can't, then I'll hide it with the wire work when it comes around the back here, if I feel I need to, and we'll just see how it looks. Okay, so I've gone through both the grits and it's feeling quite smooth already. So the next step is to buff, and I do that with my, it's called Tack Life. I can't say Dremel because it's not a Dremel, but it's similar, it's the same thing. I got it on Amazon. I've had it for a couple of years, it's brilliant. So I'll plug it in, I need to plug it in. Okay. So on the end of this I have this buffing wheel. I like to hold my Dremel, I'm right-handed, so I hold my Dremel in my left hand and keep that still, and I use my right hand, my most dominant hand, to actually do the manoeuvring to buff it. I find it easier than, I have more control than if I do it like this and hold it and use my dominant hand to buff. So I'll forward this, I'll have to mute it obviously, and I'll show you the results when I'm done. Okay, so already you can see that lovely shine coming up. You can see where I've done. It's looking lovely. So I just wanted to add on that this is only on a setting 2. I'm not going very fast, and it goes all the way up to a 6, 7 I suppose, which is very, very fast. You don't really need to have it very fast, and you really don't need to press on it. It's literally just hovering it on and just touching it. You don't need to press down on it, you just kind of rub it gently against it until you get this nice shine. So I will continue and I will do the rest of it off camera. I'll do the sides and the back. I don't think the back's going to be brilliant because I have some divots in it, but we'll see how that goes. So I'll do the rest off camera and I will be back when it's all nice and shiny. Okay, so we're all done. And this is the result. You can see all those beautiful mica particles, how they move with the light. This is what I meant when I said it makes it more 3D. It gives it that dimension. Obviously it's nice and shiny. It's beautiful, isn't it? And the back didn't turn out too bad. That's where the bubble was. I managed to get most of it looking fairly okay, and that's got a mica shift on it as well. I'm just amazed by how gorgeous that looks. Notice the difference with this one. This one, the bumps are raised, or they look raised, and this one they are indented. So obviously that was the way up the slice was when I put it in and I flipped it. So that's the difference that you would get. So this ball looks like it's going inward, whereas this one looks like it's raised. So anyway, next step, it needs its bail. So I'm going to use this one, a little bit thinner wire. This is much thinner than the previous one, much thinner. So it doesn't really need such strong and thick wire. So I'm going to use a 1mm silver plated wire. I don't know what that converts to in gauges. I don't think it says. No. So this is from Hobbycraft. And let's get her open. Right. So I'm just going to remove, you have to really guess. Probably about my arm's length, just to be on the safe side. very springy, this one. Let's wind it back up. Okay. So I'm just going to straighten that out. Just lift you up so you've got a bit more to see. So I'm straightening it out now because it just wants to curve because it's been coiled up for its whole life so far. So I'm going to roughly find the centre of this. There's a little bit of scrap here where it was coiled up, where it was held together, but that's okay. So I'm going to roughly find half. So we have this much. That's probably too much, but I'd rather have too much than not enough. And I'm going to get my bail tool. And I'm just going to make a loop. Like this. And you can do this any size you want. So this is quite a big loop. And then this is so fiddly, right? Okay, I'm gonna bring this down so that we have it like this. Move this out the way so it doesn't. And then I will hold on to that and just wrap this round a couple of times. And I'm just going to squeeze that together. So we now have this and a lot of tail. So I'm not quite decided whether I want to do it this way up or this way up. I might just go with this way up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to push that into the centre there like that. And I'm just going to basically do some random looping. So it's just a matter of swirling around. Oh, this is so hard. Let me see if I can lift you up a bit more. Just because it's in my way. Okay. So professional. Okay, that's a bit better. I've got more room to maneuver my hands now. Yeah, so yeah, I'm just gonna make random loops with the front one. Just to give it a bit of decoration. Holding it in place. It is fiddly. And then of course we need for it to grip hold of the piece and hold it in. So we've got to think about that as we're going as well. I'm going to come up and I'm going to go around the back here. And then I can turn it over. Let's move this one out of the way for now. So we'll slot that back in. And again, I'm going to make a random loop. and bring it so it comes across. Don't worry about this, I know it's going a bit off, but it will all come together in the end. So that'll sit like that. And then I'm hoping if I can get it to sit right there. If I bring it round now, and loop it again. See, even that may not have been enough. Pull that a bit tighter. I'm going to chop this little bit off here because it's, as you can see, it's all wiggly from being folded over in this loop. And I'm just going to make a little loop. Just tidy that off. Might be better to take that off while I do it. I just wanted to kind of get a nice little swirl to make a finish on that one. If we throw that back in. Did I do that right? No. Throw that back in there. That comes around the front, doesn't it? Okay. So we're kind of wrapping it around. That's that one. And it really is just a matter of playing until you like the design. And you need to get it so that it's hugging it tightly. I'm going to fetch this down because we want it to grip hold of it. Okay, so now we're going to use this one to secure it so that it doesn't fall. Straighten that up. Okay. So this is going to need a little twirl just to keep in the pattern. And then I think I'm going to go back this way. So this comes diagonally over like this. You see I'm holding on to the bit that I want to swirl. I'm pushing that down so that I can then pull it and it leaves a swirl behind. So I might try and get a little swirl next to that one. Sorry, am I still in shot? This is so difficult to do it and keep in shot. And you can always fix it afterwards. And you can re-maneuver. Because I want to come under here. Give that a swirly there. And then put that up there. Can bring this over. I'm not going to swirl that because I do want it to grip, and I want to come back up. Might actually come through the middle there like that. I can give it a bend. Sorry. And I can give it a bend because I need this to be secure. So if I then come over and then I can scarf it there. Let's just straighten the neck up. And wrap it. Clip it off. So that's kind of, but it doesn't look as pretty as I wanted. So what I can do now is maneuver to get things in place a little bit better, and also to tighten things up. So we can give this a little bend just to give it more focal. That will tighten it. I want to give this a bend this way, and this a bend this way, so that's got more coverage on the back. And what I might do is tuck this under, so this needs to be a little bit tighter here, so I've got more, and then I can just get under that and lift it slightly. Doing all this but trying not to scratch, and then that can be looped over that like that. Okay, so this is still a bit plain looking, this. I don't really want to cover that swirl too much. Just need something to grip that, pull it out a bit more. That's better. Now I can lift it. I want to just bend it. Bend this. I want it to stay there, but bend like that. So that's gripped onto that now. So this one is nice and tight, so it comes down here, but this is still a little bit loose. So it's just a matter now of doing some twists to just tighten up the wire. And I still want to put a little bit more into that, so I'll bend that. Get that lightning effect. And on the back, the one that's loose, I mean, it's not too bad now. I don't think it's going anywhere. But if you need to tighten up, it's just a matter of turning it so that it tightens round. Do it there. So just little bends to make this effect. Okay. And you'll never get the same one twice. I learned this technique from Matt's Crazy Art. He has loads of tips and tricks on how to jewellery, basically. A lot of beading, a lot of wire work. All very simple. He's very good. Matt's Crazy Art. So I've been doing this a long time. And he's very random. Just goes for it, really. So there we have that. I'd like for this maybe to curve a bit more, but it's already quite tight. So I am going to leave it. I don't know, maybe I'll fiddle with it off camera, but I don't. No, it's fine. I think I like the back better than the front. That's quite nice. But yeah, that's not coming off. It's done. It's on now. So simple to do. It's just a little bit fiddly. And it's very random, so you have to be careful where you're going and making sure that it's got a grip on all sides and it's hugged in there. So there we go. It's done. Where's my original? Quite similar. The style is definitely the same, as you can see. But yeah, I'm very happy with it. I like the mica shift, the way that's came out. It's very early morning here. It's like 7:15 in the morning. So we've not really got much light. Just got my lamp. But it really does. This doesn't do it justice, believe it or not. But it really does come up nice. Those mica particles are all standing on end. So there you go. I will take some pictures, and obviously through this you can either loop a ribbon or some kind of cord or a chain. It's entirely up to you. And of course, if it's facing the wrong way, you just turn it so that you can then loop something through. Okay, thank you so much for watching. I've noticed that I've got quite a few new subscribers, so welcome to those newbies, and thank you for coming back to my my regulars. I know it's, like I said, it's been quite a gap. I'm trying to make sure that I'm trying to get one a week out. It's busy. I've got a few ideas coming up, so some more designs for my tools that I'll be popping into the shop, so I'll update you with those soon as well. I'm almost at the point where I can become a YouTube partner. I have enough subscribers, but I need watch hours, so I think I need about 400 or so more watch hours. You need 4,000 altogether, or 3,500 almost, maybe a bit more, can't remember. So when I become a YouTube partner, I'll start getting small payments from them, from watch time, but I can also do more things, so that'll be good to be able to do more with YouTube. So keep watching. Maybe if you want to support me, go back and watch a few of my videos that you've not seen yet, because that's what I need. I need watch hours. I need people to watch for me, and that all counts towards me becoming a YouTube partner. So thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next. Take care, everyone. Bye.